What the fuck is that, Vinny Beedle?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Scumbag Vinny. These folks right here have the biggest scam going. And even the guys I did take money from that were new in the game, I gave them experiences that they would never have gotten, man. And people did. Scumbag Vinny, bro.
And there was like 8 comics on the show, and they all sucked. And he got on stage, and he was like, "Vinny, did you just stop at a red light and say, hey, you want to open for R.P. Lang tonight?"
Vinny Beedle's a good man, and we'll be back.
Well, I used to go to concerts when I was a teenager, and I would sell fake tickets to events.
I've made it clear I have no problem that you scammed numerous people. No.
It's such an important part of my background.
If somebody's trying to get into comedy and somebody rips them off so bad that they have to quit comedy, you've done them a favor.
This movie needed Vinny Beedle to show up in like a stolen Ford Taurus. What up, it's Bam Margera. Go listen to the best podcast in the world, SCUMTOWN.
Vinny Beedle is who? Compton?
Oh yeah, Compton ass. You want a fresh piece of shit, man.
You're a bigger scumbag than Vinny Beedle. Yeah, man.
Vinny, I want you to take down the social account now, or I will have the legal authorities get involved with you.
Now that I found out that this whole thing was a scam, I kind of really like him.
Yo. Episode 10, Scamming with Vinny Beedle.
What's up, everybody? Sorry for taking a week off. I needed it. But we're back, Lane. We are back. Scamming with Vinny is back, folks. We did not... Everybody sees me not doing something for a week, and they think, oh, he's done with that.
Got bored and moved on to another scam, they thought.
We're not done yet, folks. We're just getting started. Episode 10. Lane, I got banned. I got banned this week. I got banned off of TikTok, Lane. I got banned.
It was a rough week, Vinny.
Yeah. It was crazy. Crazy week.
So how do you get banned from TikTok with 80,000 followers? What did you do?
Well, the entire account has been getting flagged since day one. So this account, I started a TikTok, and once I seen like a couple old stand-up videos of mine get a few thousand views, I started posting like clips of me and Bam, and basically even just clips of Bam, and I would tell the story through the description, like, you know, this part is this, you know, this happened, and this is my proof of this, or this is my proof of that. And it just went super viral, and I remember getting about 20-something thousand followers right away in like the first few days. And I started going live, and I started going live pretending to teach people how to be a scumbag. And I would just like basically like just live stream myself walking around everyday life, like little scams here and there. It was all fake stuff, but just trying to do that. And immediately I got banned from the live for good. And when I got banned from doing the live for good, I was like, oh, damn, you know, because I looked at my account at that point. I shot up to about 50,000 people. And I was like, holy shit. So I just kept, you know, plugging away with the BAM stuff, and I started getting flagged like left and right, and they were taking videos down and warning me. And then after a while, I let the account, it was at 76,000 people, I let it sit stagnant for a good year because I was worried anything I posted would just make it go away. You know what I'm saying? This is going to sound completely ridiculous and totally my fault. But I started promoting the podcast on there, and I was putting up clips, and they were getting really good views, and I was getting excited again. And when I get excited, sometimes I OD it. I go overzealous, and then that's how I end up where I'm at. And I don't know why. I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and I've been watching a lot of IRL streamers, and I talked to you about that a little bit off air. And I got into Andy Milonakis at first. I've always been a big Andy Milonakis fan, and then I came across his old live stream on Twitch, and then it got me to Ice Poseidon, and it got me to all these different people.
You went down the rabbit hole.
I went down the rabbit hole big time, and then I found out that comedian and actor Andy Dick was doing IRL. And I just was like totally smitten by the idea of working with Andy Dick, because he just falls under the realm of crazy, you know, old famous, when I mean old famous, like before the internet famous people, right, that I work with. He just kind of fits that genre a bit, and I don't know why it excited me, but it just did. I'm like, oh man, Andy Dick needs help. It's like the scumbag in me just kind of sparked up and was like, oh, I'm gonna be there. And you and I talked about it, and you're like, oh, I think you can get in touch with those people pretty easily. And I ended up just messaging the guy who runs like the RV Andy was staying in, and he like messaged me back right away, and we start talking. all of a sudden I got this guy coming to Florida if I want, you know, and I'm like, holy shit, this is great. So late at night that night, I start watching the live stream, and dude, Andy Dick, like, straight up groped one of the male streamers in his sleep and told him earlier in the day he was going to do it. And basically just raped the guy. He was like jerking him off in his sleep and just doing all this gay shit to him. And I was like, what? This is happening in real time. I'm watching this live stream. So I clipped the fucking minute of it. I threw it on my TikTok page, and I'm like, Andy Dick gropes streamer. And bro, I legit got over 100,000 views in just a few hours. It was going mega viral. I was tracking tons of followers, all this stuff, and like an idiot, I just get obsessed at that point and start posting more clips. I stayed up fucking for hours, posted 20 clips, getting all these views, just going viral on my page, and then they just banned me.
Maybe because you can't post sexual assault on TikTok.
Maybe that, and maybe the BAM stuff, maybe the Scumbag Vinny name, all of the above. But yes, now I am banned on TikTok. And I don't know.
It
We'll
sounds
see what
like you
happens.
know how to do it again, Vinny. I mean,
It does, and I'm worried about, like, you know, I have a backup account. We have 1,300 people. I got banned on live there, but they gave the live back. So I'm like, how do I go about doing this the right way? I got to figure out how to do it the right way. The funny thing is, as soon as I got banned on my account with almost 80,000 at that point, I went live on the backup account. And let me tell you something. All I typed in was Scumbag Vinny banned on TikTok. And I was sitting there with like one or two people live like I always do on the backup account. And all of a sudden, Lane, it shot to 300, 400, 500 people live. Everybody that had been watching those Andy Dick videos seen that I was live and like was just going, like the account was getting flooded, and they realized like I'm on the same IP or the same name or whatever, and they shut that live down. But then they ended up giving it back. So I did end up opening a Twitch account. I have the YouTube account. I have to go to work now. I can't stay stagnant like I have been the last year. If I want to get it back, it's out there. I mean, it doesn't erase the fact that many people know about me or have seen my videos or anything. You know what I mean? It just sucks not having it.
well, there'll always be more viral moments too.
That's true too. But I got deep into this IRL stuff. How much do you know about it?
I know a decent amount. My friend Helen DeKeller is like an expert in it.
Oh, really?
I watched some of the characters here and there, but I don't know who all of them are. Yeah, I mean, it can be captivating at times, but it's also, you know, it's kind of like the slums of the internet.
That's what I'm seeing. It kind of, yeah, but dude, I could be a king in that world.
You definitely could, Vinny, and there's a lot of people in that world with their own spin-off little things going on where they definitely need some type of management. These people don't know what they're doing. All they do is ask for donations. They don't have other sources of income. They don't, or any idea of how to do anything. You know, it's just kind of like sitting there and all they know is to stream live. It is dangerous though. I've seen some very dangerous things happen in this world. Pressing, they call it. I've gotten real deep into this. Pressing, or they're really obsessed with Mace over there. Mace. So I watch the RV people in California that have Andy Dick going on like between RVs. He's bouncing between like 5 RVs right now. The funny thing is, when I first started watching Andy Dick, he was with this guy Wappy who had him held hostage at his house in California. He like screwed pretty the door much shut. Just keeping him prisoner for a week. Yeah. And like they say, IP2 always wins. They ended up getting this guy what they call swatted, which is when they send the police in, and they got Andy Dick saved out of there. And then this guy Captain Content is the one who I know. He picks him up. And then he gropes the kid at Captain Content's RV, goes to the next RV where he says, he doesn't want to be filmed. And then this dude who they call IP2 CEO on there, he puts on like this donation, this TTS text to support or whatever it is, donation. Like people's texts are read out if they donate money. Yeah, and so if for $5 you could donate media and you could play like something else. So some guy donated $5 in this third place Andy's at, and it's Andy's bit about like saying the N-word, And I guess he used to have a bit where he used to just say the N-word the whole time. So like Andy's like, shut it off, you fucking faggot. He's like, you're gonna do that for $5? He's like, you fucking broke bitch. He like wanted to fight. He wanted to fight the guy and his wife, you know, and shit. It was just fucking insane. And then he gets ditched from that RV. He goes to another one, and that's where I discovered this guy. They call him, what the fuck do they call this guy? Only Use Me Blade.
Oh yeah, I know who that guy is.
Bro, he is the saddest story I've ever seen, but one of
he's
the
a real,
funniest.
He real degenerate.
Real degenerate, but bro, one of the funniest people I've ever played my eyes on. Just pure retardation. He used to be a Call of Duty video game streamer. Okay, I did my deep dive on this guy. He used to be a Call of Duty video game streamer, and he like reached a plateau with that and started getting invited out with Andy Milonakis and Ice Poseidon. And now he's just hanging out with the RV people years later. But you watch like the downfall of him, and he gets so drunk, bro. He doesn't know anything that's going on. You know?
Yeah, he was getting kicked out of cabs like just a few weeks ago and stuff like that because he was so drunk live streaming himself. And yeah, he was getting pressed by like little like Mexican gangsters in the street.
I've seen that.
They
I've
trying
seen
to
that
take
one.
his phone.
You know what was fucking scary though, man, is like one day he's drunk and he's hanging out streaming, and then like two guys who I guess used to be in prison come up to him and they're like, yo man, you filming us? And he's like, no man, I make money on this. It's a live stream. I make a lot of money. And he's like gloating about the money he makes. So these guys in prison with tattoos all over them, and they said they just got out of prison and they need to make some money. And he's like, oh, we'll make money. But like these streamers just want people to make content, but they keep all the money. You know what I mean? It goes to their PayPal. It's not like, an ATM machine. They can print it out and pay the guy. And these guys don't have PayPal or nothing. He wasn't going to pay him, but he ends up telling him, yeah, come with me back to the RV and we're going to make some content. He's already kind of drunk. And then they get back there and dude, immediately the guy realizes like, all right, he doesn't have any money for me. He's like, yo, Blade. He's like, your girl's mad attractive. She's mad attractive, man. He's like, do you find me attractive? She's like, yeah, I do. And you just see Blade. He's like, yo, man, he's drunk. He's like, yo, she loves me, dude. She loves me, dude. And he's like, oh, okay. You guys, what's going on here? And like, you could tell those two guys just wanted to double team his girl in the RV with him watching, and they like refused to leave for a while. It was like a sketchy situation. And then finally he's like, yo man, I'll buy you an Uber to get you home. And the guy gets up. He's like, yo man, you told me we were going to make some money and we're not making no money. That's mad disrespectful, man. Like getting all in his face and shit. And the guy's just a drunk blob. He has no muscle mass in his arms or legs. And this is coming from I'm a fat piece of shit. And this guy, like, the alcohol's just deteriorated every part of his body besides his fat gut, But it's just funny, dude. It's just funny.
He's one of the worst ones, like, when it comes to just being a mess.
Just a mess,
there's a few guys like that over there.
Just a mess, dude.
That's why you gotta be careful. You can't spend on those guys, or you start becoming content, as they say.
Well, you want to know what's insane is I hit up. So I was talking to a few of them before I got realized that really everybody waits till nighttime comes because they're all so drunk. That's when the fights happen and shit. Like, bro, it's insane. Every night you're gonna find some crazy shit going on. Even if they stage it, they're just getting drunk as fuck and just trying to beat the shit out of each other, But the other night, I got a message from one of them on Instagram, and it was like a StreamYard link. And I'm like, dude, does this guy want me to join the live? And I don't want to do it from home or nothing like that. I don't even want to be on it. What I want to do is I want to get an RV and fill it with comedians and send them up and down the East Coast and just have them get their live stream 24/7, Like, I just want to produce some shit like that. Like, experiment kind of and see how it goes.
If you're doing it the same way with like the 24/7 live stream and stuff like that, how they do with the IRL streaming, you're gonna eventually run into some type of crazy. Like, you can't IRL stream your whole life 24/7. Someone's gonna eventually find where you are and they're gonna come up to you. You know what I mean? People are crazy.
I think it's more about like the dangerous shit I see is like you see a streamer with a lot of views walking by like a tire shop. And fans find out where exactly it is through Google imaging, and they call the tire shop and say like crazy stuff like,
I've
Yeah.
seen videos where the guy's standing outside a tire shop and they're like, yo, that guy standing outside your gate is going to come and rape your family.
He's
And
got
like
a bomb.
some crazy shit. Yeah. And the guy comes out swinging, not like ready to talk about it. Like they must have said some fucking wild shit, you know, to get him to that point.
What scoundrels.
I know. And that's the part where I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to be subject to that, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you hang out with them, you have to hang out with them for like an evening, and then, get out of there for a little while.
Again,
Spend
yeah,
too much time over there would be a problem. I mean,
I think
look at Andy Dick. He's already been kicked off
trapped.
3 RVs.
He's trapped, dude. He's trapped because he has nowhere to go live. He's not making enough money to do anything. And everybody who gets their hand on him is making so much on their stream, they're afraid to get rid of him, so they're trying to do whatever they can to hang on to him. And he's just a fucking mess. And he's gay. I didn't know he was gay, man. He likes women. I guess he has kids and shit.
But he is very gay.
He's so gay, man. I'm watching his real life.
There's no denying it anymore.
So gay, bro. Like he shows.
He loves cocaine.
Loves cocaine, but he's really just drinking on this trip, I guess. Unless he had a stash, he's not obviously trying not to put it on film. But he like basically, dude, he'll talk to his daughter, calls him, and she's like, "Hey, Dad." He's like, "This is my daughter," and he's like, "Are there any hot boys where you are?" Like he's asking.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and she's like, "Yeah, Dad, come hang out." And he's like, "Good." There's video of him with the kid, the streamer, and he's like, when you fall asleep, I'm gonna get on your ass. He's like, you're gonna have fingers in your ass and all this stuff. And the kid's like, dude, please don't. Please don't, But the kid is an idiot because he's kind of like, these streamers are so desperate. Like, this kid was making out with him and stuff because people would donate. So all day he's like making out with Andy Dick, cuddling with him and shit. And he made like $550 for the day or some shit. And so Andy's like, "Oh, this is my boyfriend," and he's like, but the kid's just trying to most donations he ever got in his life, right? And that night, he got so drunk, and he gets up and he's like, just puts him in his bed and starts fondling him and shit until but Andy's in an open room with people in the RV as well,
And cameras on
live streaming. Imagine what he's doing behind closed doors. That's the shit that's fucking insane.
I saw the videos of him getting swatted when he was at that wappy guy's house, and it was just so funny how Andy Dick just has no sense of, like, for some reason nothing bad can ever happen to him, and he knows it. Yeah. And so the police SWAT his house, and they have their guns drawn, pointed at the house, and they're like,
and he's sleeping.
We're coming in the house, and Andy's laying in bed. He's like, "Come on in." He's walking around in his
well, what's funny is he did an interview too the other day, and he's like, "You guys think this is bad? This is mellow compared to the last 30 years of my life. This is just because you guys are seeing it now." He just reminds me of one of those guys that had all the talent in the world to be a main actor in films, but because he got so fucked up or like fondled people and shit, they just gave him small parts. But he really is that talented,
That's
fucking
so disturbing.
Crazy.
You're gonna have fingers in your ass.
He's like, God. "Oh, leave me alone." And then the kid woke up. He's like, "You're old enough to be my dad, dude." He's like, "You're fucking gross." And then Andy's like, "Dude, what do you mean?" He's like, "You were making out with me all day and stuff." And like,
yeah, he fucking tease.
And then the kid's like, "That doesn't mean jerk me off in my sleep." It's just this argument they're fucking having.
I mean, they are starting to sound like boyfriends. I mean, maybe
they really are. They really are. And then, and then Andy ends up like, dude, I think he slept with one of the fucking trashy girls, too. I think he's like, they all sleep with each other.
Yeah, only use me Blade is there. Like, he's always trying to get girls drunk. And when the dude that they came with leaves, he always starts groping them.
Oh, like my God, monster. Dude. I've really been way too into this stuff. I watched this video. It's only use me Blade finally meets his long distance girlfriend, and so it's like a 15-minute montage of the whole night. And so this girl shows up, so everybody goes, "Okay, she's real," because they thought she was fake. Kisses him right on the lips. They're hanging out. As the night goes on, there was this other guy, John, there, and like I guess he's a swinger and knows the girl or gave her a ride or something.
And so she starts like on stream. She's like sitting next to Blade, but she's like whispering in the guy's ear that she wants to like have sex with him and stuff, you know? And so you could just visibly see Blade get so uncomfortable, you know? And he's hammered and she's hammered and she's trying to get out of the RV, but she's like falling over. And so like Blade gets up, he looks at him and he's like trying to whisper in the guy's ear. And he's like, yo, man, we're just friends. We're just friends. And Blade goes, dude, you are a threat to me right now, dude. I like this girl, dude, and you're a threat to me, dude. You gotta leave, bro, you know? And he's like, and the guy's like, as long as you treat her good, dude, because I'm right here, bro, you know? Like,
Oh, no.
and Blade's like, dude, what do you mean, bro? It's my girlfriend. And then, dude, like 20 minutes later, they just fast forward to the guy getting grabbed by the hand, the guy John by the girl and dragging him out of the RV, you know, like dragging him out of the RV, and Blade's just sitting there like, fuck my life, dude. It is so fucking hysterical, man.
I could see him all fat and dejected and sweaty, just sitting there in the RV by himself.
But I love that he had the balls to get up and say, like, I like this girl and you are a threat to me. Like, I am a loser and you are like a slightly less of a loser. And so, you know, if you don't leave, I have zero chance, you know.
I don't know if that helped him in the long run from the sounds of it.
No, it didn't. It didn't at all. But it's just pure entertainment for me, and it's not for everybody. This kind of stuff is not for everybody. It's very depressing. Sometimes you turn it on, you're like, I'm just turning it off immediately. But you catch something. Yeah, you catch something, and it is all mean spirited. Like I'm just like a fucking, I'm just like a little evil person sitting here watching people in demise. You know what I mean? But I don't know why I'm so fascinated with it. I really have no idea.
Well, you know, possibly Andy Dick, maybe what he needs is to come do some comedy shows in Florida.
It's exactly what he needs. The thing is, they're all too scared to they have no like business sense, so they're all too scared to like bring it up to him. And he's put his phone number out there, and I shot him a text. I just never got an answer back. But I wanted to do it in a way where they brought him, because I didn't want to be responsible for like housing him or taking care of him. Like I want all that to be them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let them stream the whole thing, and they can do whatever with their money.
Do whatever they want to do, you know? Yeah, exactly. Just get them there, you know? But they didn't seem to work out because, you know, the kid captain would tell me he was talking to Andy about it, but, you know, they're on stream most of the time, and he's not saying anything remotely close to offering him that kind of gig. And I think it's because he realized if Andy has his own money, he doesn't need to be with them. So if he's out doing stand-up with me and making money, then he's not going to be streaming with them, you know? So
yeah, because Andy already doesn't value the whole, you know, $5 to play a song and stuff like that. He thinks it's stupid.
Well, actually, I think they were getting somewhat of like $1,000 a day. Every RV that has them for a full day can get up to $1,000.
Yeah, they definitely make money and stuff like that, but I don't know how that whole system works where it comes to like, how much of it does Andy get? Like that Wappy guy, like you said, was holding him hostage and was pretty much just taking all the money.
Dude, I was trolling
like $200.
I was trolling Wappy so hard. He had like 30 people in his live, so I went into it and I started saying, "Hey, man, I know a lot of famous people. If you want to hold another one hostage, let me know." Like I know a lot of desperate celebrities. And he just started laughing at it. He's like, "Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it." Like, because he wants the stream to be successful, you know.
Already laying in a cage in his house.
Actually, so I'm sitting there watching Captain Content stream one day, and all of a sudden, Shoe Nice gets in the live chat, and he had just texted me a few days before, and he's like telling them to call him. So I call Shoe Nice, and I'm like, "Yo, man," I'm like, "You want to go on the RV?" And Shoe Nice, once he gets caught doing something like that, he acts like he's way above it. He's like, "Dude, I'll never hang out with those losers, man, blah, 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 blah." But realistically, even Captain told me, like, dude, he's like, "Yeah, Shoe Nice has been hit me up for a while. I would love to have him on." But he just, every time he flakes out, you know, he almost feels like he'll stoop to the bottom level of the internet if he finally does that, not knowing that he already is there.
It seems like they'll have pretty much anyone on if they're kind of like a notable person of some type from the internet.
Yeah, they're looking for anything, man. Anything to draw any kind of attention. You know, if they had anybody kind of directing them, I think they would even do much better. But it's all, I guess the easy money is in getting drunk and fighting, so that kind of disables them from long-term travel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're all drunk, so it kind of falls.
That's why I'm thinking
like
about just starting fresh, putting $5,000 into like 2 RVs, put a bunch of comedians who have nothing going on them, and just see what the fuck happens. You know what I mean?
I do like the idea of stealing their business model and just reappropriating it for scams.
Yeah,
Because if you were going around that with on the RV doing shows and stuff like that and making, content, you could get a pretty good amount of money going, especially if
I
you had
think
like
so.
someone following you selling merch or something like that.
I think so. I definitely think so. It's just it's just a little scam to put in the back of the back burner. You know what I mean? A little back burner scam.
And who doesn't want to be stuck in an RV with six other grown men?
I honestly would be cool with just fucking 3 of them, 3 or 4 of them.
They have like 6 people, sometimes 7
I would,
people in those
yeah,
RVs. It's too much.
I would have like 4 of them in there, and then I would have an RV to go meet with them if I ever wanted to meet with them somewhere. I could have one to just go meet them
You
wherever
get
they're
your
at.
own RV.
Yeah, I get my own RV, and I'll be a part-time streamer, but I want to be the producer. I want to be the one they call all the time, to fucking help out or whatever they need, or you know what I mean. The money goes to me.
You get to keep the donations, guys.
No, they get like half of it. They won't get all of it. They won't even get any of it, really. They'll get paid to do the shows. They'll get exposure, followers.
Aside from Andy Dick and IP2, what's going on in the world of Vinny Beedle lately? Has it been a lot of selling wrestling?
Yeah, well, we're on Whatnot, as you know, and our main Whatnot, for people who don't know, is an app that does live streaming and auctions. So it's kind of like eBay and Instagram kind of had a baby. And we got approved on the app to sell. Our first category is Disney. We live right near Disney. So most of the most popular items that Disney people collect are these purses. They're like bags. They make different characters like out of these leather bags. They're called Loungefly. And those things just sell for pretty good money. And we do those, and we do a bunch of other Disney collectibles and toys, plush animals, whatever. And the first stream we did, like when COVID happened, I was doing resell to try to make some extra bread. And I would make maybe with this, like, let's just say an example of, fill my SUV with an amount of stuff, I can make like $500 off of it. So when people get bidding on this app and they're bidding against each other, that same $500 you can make at like a flea market or doing a garage sale or something, that $500 turns to like $1,500 now. So we do the Disney streams. I do the action figure streams. I'll stream pretty much anything that is in a collectible. It's in good shape that I can get my hands on for a good price. And also during COVID, I spent an absurd amount of time. I made a deal for one big, large buy. I bought out like a warehouse full of stuff, and we've been selling that and just spent an absurd amount of time sourcing and just putting things in storage. So we have like a whole inventory. So we've been running. It's a lot, man, but it's crazy money, and we've been running them 3 times a week. And the biggest part is shipping. Yesterday we brought 58 packages to the post office. Most lucrative thing we've ever had. I've been a part of.
Better than scamming open micers.
Yes and no. When
Because
I was doing the open mic thing,
involved.
yeah, like when I would get $1,000 on my Cash App and like I had to like put some kid on some shows and stuff, I just remember thinking that people were paying me, and I like physically for nothing, like, and that's how. But yeah, obviously it was my intellect or my what I can do for them or whatever they thought it was. This is different though. This doesn't require as much of that. The show itself, the auctions are pretty entertaining. Like I do try to like entertain the people, and I think that's me and my wife do it, and I think that's what gets us like more money out of it. But yeah, we've been spending a lot of time doing that, which I think is going to free me up financially to be able to get back into stand up in a big way where I don't have to worry about like making a certain amount of money, But I like doing it, and we will finally, I'll send you the link. I have a link tree now. You could put it in the bio or the, people can come and watch the auctions or bid something. If you act like an idiot, they're just going to ban you off the site. It's a pretty strict site. There is 35,000 sellers waiting to get approved on the app, and we were one of them. So that's pretty awesome.
Well, man, if you guys want some Disney collectibles, let's go to Vinny's link tree.
Yeah, go hit us up, guys. You can hit me up on Instagram at Vinny Beedle, at TikTok at Vinny Beedle. And try to build that TikTok up. I'm going to be on Twitch doing live streams. And
what kind of live streams are you going to be doing? Are you going to be playing video games like The Sims, or what's your plan?
I really don't have a plan with it yet. Like I said, I think I just want to stream a bit of my life, see how that goes. Just whatever I'm doing during the day.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of IRL on there, and then a bit of just like venting sometimes. If I call you and you're not answering for a little bonus episode, I just hop on there and start talking shit or whatever. And I don't know, man. I just want to do more,
Right. Yeah. Having the multiple outlets will help grow the channel and stuff too, because I can always go to your Twitch and clip it and put it on the channel.
I would just love to continue to grow as an entertainer, and the podcast I love, and that's my number one thing. And I don't know. We'll just see. And I'm kind of just spitballing ideas. Some days I wake up, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to be like that anymore, though. I want to get more motivated, because a motivated Vinny is content. I've realized that. At the very least, I'm content when I'm going crazy trying to make it in the business. You know what I mean?
It does get you places, even if people are mad at you when you get there.
Yeah, right. You're right about that. So what's going on with you, man?
Mostly just preparing for With Apologies to end. And yeah,
what are we at? 16 weeks left now?
Yeah, 24 weeks left.
24 weeks left.
I think 4 weeks left. It's about to be May, and so yeah, there's 4 Sundays left, I think, in May. Or actually,
is it really going to end? Is it really going to end?
Ian says he's deleting all the apps off of his phone on June 1st, so he won't be around to continue the show anymore.
Wow.
And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start trying to make more kind of like how we do this podcast. I think I'm going to start turning With Apologies into something like that, where it's kind of more pre-recorded, and I'm able to edit it down more.
That's cool.
And
so you might still keep the show going just without Ian.
I wouldn't say that. I think it's going to be like a variation of it, where it's going to be shorter, maybe like 30 minutes, a couple times a week or something like that. It just depends on what we're doing. To keep it going,
and you're kind of trying to keep the flame lit just in case Ian decides to come back or something.
No, I think we're just going to turn into something different. And I'm going to keep making videos, the other types of like documentary style videos and stuff I make.
You think you and Ian Ellis will stay like in contact as much still, or you think?
Yeah, I know Ian pretty well. He'll still answer his phone. He's just not going to be on YouTube for a month. And even
I wish him the best. I seen he's doing that Luis J. Gomez show. When is that?
Yeah, that's tomorrow. So
that's sick.
This comes out, yeah,
it'll happen.
Hopefully, yeah, he'll have hung out and performed with Lewis, and hopefully he doesn't get fucking kicked off a stage or banned for being an idiot and screaming at Asians or something like that. So we'll see what he does.
This could be his defining moment. This could be. This could be big.
Possibly. We'll see. His friends.
What's weird is I don't see him having like the night of his life and then wanting to quit like doing anything after that. He talks about Lewis a lot.
Yeah, well they know each other a little bit, but they've never like hung out before. So this is pretty much going to be like when you met Artie. This is going to be that moment for Ian. So who knows? Yeah. Maybe Ian will be driving Lewis around to get his drugs in a few weeks or something.
Yeah, and then Lewis ends up like owing him $60, and Ian ends up like breaking down, and like the relationship gets ruined, and then With Apologies, all of a sudden has like 40 weeks left.
Right? Anything could happen. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess 4 weeks to go, guys. With Apologies, Sundays on the Ian Ellis LLC network, and then I got pretty much laying all to myself after that.
Yeah, we can record on Sundays if we wanted to.
Hell yeah. And then maybe just stream right from the damn channel. I feel like video clips.
We'll play around with stuff. I don't really like the aesthetic of like 6 people in their bedrooms all doing like a fucking podcast together. I feel like what's the point?
Yeah.
And like, SCUMTOWN doesn't have video, and it's pretty successful.
True. It is. And I think this show's it's not about as successful as it been, because obviously, like, we were starting to get thousands of plays on the clips on my TikTok channel, and I think we can get back to that. But the people that do listen to this show really enjoy it, and I've been getting really positive feedback from a lot of people. So I appreciate all you guys listening. If you can, and you haven't already, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel and like and comment. A lot of comments. It's been dying off as of late, but I got to get back on my promo game and really start bringing content and stop talking about shit from 3 years ago. People want to see me do stuff now.
Yeah, we just got to build it more. I think I'm going to start posting the old episodes on iTunes and get it on iTunes too. So when
nice.
people search Vinny Beedle, it'll come up probably a lot more quickly on your phones and stuff like that. So we'll try to get some more people in here, and yeah, I think it's going to be good. First 10 episodes were good, Vinny. The next 10 are going to be even better.
I hope so. And I'm hoping to have a big BAM development next week, as well as tomorrow, which it will probably be out by the time this comes out. I'll be on a pretty big YouTube channel talking about some BAM situations that are going on now and some stuff that's come out about his situation. And this channel is, like I told you before off air, it's got like 20,000 subscribers. So I'm hoping it's finally a platform for me to be able to get my story out there to people who are on our side about this,
Tell your truth, as they say.
Tell my truth. Yeah, I'm going to be talking to a lawyer. Hopefully I don't end up in jail by the end of this, although that would probably be meaning I did it right.
This is another pie in the face situation, Vinny. She's setting you up.
Yeah, it's just Bam's going to be... Basically, I'm just going to think I'm going to like some studio somewhere to record a podcast, but Bam just kicks me in the balls and tells me to not betray him ever again. He's done shit like that. And I'm like, fuck, man, I shouldn't have tried to snitch on him. Fuck.
So you're going to be a guest on someone else's podcast tomorrow?
Yeah, let me look it up quick. Her name, so dude, she's really been buzzing with this BAM shit. I'm gonna just look it up really fast. She's totally like the same side as me as far as her argument as well. That Surprise Witness TV. 22,000 subscribers.
Bam Margera police body cam footage.
Yeah, dude, she released it, and the sick thing is, I was with him the day before that, so that's what she wants to talk about tomorrow. She's a lawyer, so she's more about like digging for the truth kind of shit,
Okay.
Hey man, fuck it, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fucking definitely.
I'm not gonna do anything to jeopardize I'm not gonna talk about anything or jeopardize anything between me and Bam, like obviously until we just have a discussion about stuff. But I have a lot that I can tell her. Yeah, make up some shit and everything too,
Yeah, just like tell stories and be on Bam's side and
fucking give my perspective about other things. Yeah, exactly. But I'm glad that I am growing and maturing as a man, because scumbag Vinny in his prime would have already been trying to extort Bam by this point. So
right, and he's still. I saw him doing yoga the other day, so he's close to being back on his feet, I believe, if he's doing yoga.
I think so.
Good sign.
Yeah, he's in a good place mentally, and his sobriety is doing fantastic. So anybody listening for a quick update, I know that he's super sober, and so we'll see. We'll see with him.
And then when do you do that comedy show? Did you already do that?
So the comedy show I was really looking forward to, and what got me a little upset about it is the day of the show, the kid hit me up, and the flyer was super fly. Like, I could have added myself to it and everything, but the day of the show, he hits me up. He's like, "Hey man, can you help me get this place packed?" And I'm like, first of all, it's a skate shop, so how big is it? You know what I mean? And I just thought it was like so tough, man. Like, I just thought it was such like a more put together thing, So when he told me that, I was like, damn, and then like an hour later, he hit me up. He said, "Hey man, can you bring a sound system?" And then I'm like, this isn't a real show. That's what I thought in my head.
Yeah, they didn't have anything ready.
Come to find out, the kid's just unorganized as fuck. It had a nice crowd, had his own speaker system, and I didn't go, and I just kind of felt like, fuck, man, I should have went. But at the same time, we did have some, family shit pop up, but I could have went, and the main thing was I just felt like, all right, I'm not even getting paid or offered any money. Why the fuck am I going to come, like, produce this kid's show for him? You know what I mean? And he already has a whole, like, tour going on, so it's not like I could really do anything there. And I like him. I wanted to be a part of it. And then all of a sudden, like, the next day, he hit me up. He's like, "Hey, it was a really good show. I just hope you could make it to our one in Tampa." So I guess he's in Tampa this weekend, and I'm going to try to be there. It's one thing if somebody forgot a speaker wire or something, but to need the whole sound system and then to need a crowd, it's like, dude, this was nothing before that, you know?
Yeah.
But he pulled it together, and that's why I was just told my wife, I'm like, man, I just wish he never said anything to me and I could have just went and did my thing, you know what I mean? I got out of comedy full time to not have to produce stuff. So the first show I go back on I don't want to just do somebody else's production, then I'm not making any money. It makes no sense, you know?
Well, I mean, just don't, just tell people no,
Yeah.
nah, man, I'm not that guy, and then just show up anyways to perform.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Yeah, you see, you're right about that. But that's why I should fucking talk to you ahead of time about stuff like this. But he's still pretty cool, and he said I'd come out to the one in Tampa, which is closer to my house anyway, so I'm going to try to do that one.
Yeah, especially but then it's like, you kind of need you would think you'd have the sound system before you book the tour.
There you go. There you go. Dude, at my worst, I've had at least a speaker, mixer, laptop, and mic in like a speaker stand. Like, one speaker, a little mixer connecting to your computer, connecting to the speaker, and you could kind of run like a show with a mic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like at the very minimum, that's going to not even cost you anything. My first speaker system I got was from a friend that gave it to me, like another comedian who had another one. He said, "Here, take it." Like, it's not hard to get in that business, I also make excuses for myself because all day I was battling myself on going or not, even before he asked me that shit. That kind of tipped me toward no. I just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to fall back into my old ways with comedy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need the money from it. I just don't want to go back into like thinking differently. I want to go into it like fresh, I might just have to start hitting open mics around my house and do sets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just do some fucking fuck around stuff for now.
Yeah, you're right.
And knowing you'll probably meet someone like within 3 or 4 open mics, and you'll be back booking tours.
Well, I'll be honest, man. The money from this fucking auction stuff is way better than any tour I ever had.
Right.
So maybe, we can do it while being on the... I always thought, like, I just want to go back into comedy to be funny. And now I think I have, like, God's giving me a chance to prove, like, that I can just be a comedian. And we just use all the shit I've learned in the business to just protect myself from people. Yeah, exactly. Just go try to kill, bro. I can do it.
And try to kill. Don't even trip about anything else. Because
I will kill.
Because you got the name already, so if you have a few good stand-up like videos on YouTube, people will start booking you for real shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
pay money.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're a smart man, Lane. Do you want to know what's crazy? I still have no idea what you look like. I couldn't. If I bumped into you
Instagram.
I know, but I tried, and I don't stalk, but I tried, and I didn't see anything. Let me look. Hold on 1 second. I'm like, I could.
My videos are all like old, or I put them on my stories and stuff like that. I'm a skater, Vinny. I don't take selfies.
I know, but what's funny is like, I just said, I was like, imagine just if he like lives down the street this whole time and has just lied. He just like watches me and like knows me, and like I see him every day or buy weed from him.
I'm keeping tabs on you for Nick Mullen.
For Nick Mullen. Dude, there was this guy once that was on a burner account on Instagram. And I shit you not, it felt like Nick Mullen, bro. Like he was giving me career advice, like somebody you'd think was successful. So wait, this is you in one of the first videos from 2014?
Yeah.
Wow, babe, tell me that's not Danny. Look at Lane. You're tall, bro? How tall are you?
5'11". I'm like 1 centimeter under 6 foot.
One of my best friends is 6'6". He's like a tall, skinny dude, and he just always like he could easily beat the shit out of me. We come so close, it's like laughable whenever we would want to fight, and that's the kind of vibe I'm feeling. Like you'd be like, I know I could just choke Vinny out, but I just wouldn't because he's just fat and
I'm pretty scrawny right now. I used to be in a lot better shape. I hurt my knee a couple of years ago, so now I've lost a lot of muscle mass.
Look at fucking Lane, bro. Holy shit, dude. Now I got a face to it. Wow.
Yeah, the hair is gone now, though.
Bald?
A long time ago. I shave it because it's starting to go.
Holy shit, dude. I could totally have never pictured this. Wow.
I'm a real skater kid, man.
Yeah, you are. But you got a brain, too, which is so rare in what you do.
Yeah, tell me about it. Skater kids are fucking idiots.
That they are. So you're a skater who met like you. How did you get into this world with comedians and shit, bro? That's crazy.
I just really, really liked Patrice O'Neill, and I started making that YouTube channel, and then I fucking met Ian and started doing podcasts and shit.
That's exactly how shit starts, bro. And you're a fucking real skater, dude.
Yeah, my Instagram reels are actually kind of hitting off. Like all my reels that I post now get like 1,000+ views. They're more popular than what Apologies is.
That's sick. You still skate a lot?
I film a lot.
I see.
I mean, I skate, but I'm still. I gotta get my leg muscles back. So I'm probably like a year away from being back where I was.
I see. That's what Bam used to tell me. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I don't pull a Bam, and it's actually true.
Bam could still skate, man.
Bam was skating, but now he probably has to warm back up again.
A little fat. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One time, I was chilling at his house on Frank Road before he sold it, and he has this. I don't know if you ever seen that Red Bull video where Red Bull came to his house and they did that skate down that hill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So one day we were out there and it was snowing and it was icy. It was like, but it wasn't touching the ground; it was just icy. And I realized how big of a fag I was at that point because in my mind, I'm like, man, I would love to take a sled down this driveway, like not knowing who I'm with and what he does. You know what I mean? And I'm
he's
just
gonna
like,
turn it into a sled death race.
I said, yo, would it be bad funny if I just like bomb this hill right now? And he's like, he looks at me and he goes, on a skateboard? And when he said that, dude, it's like a fucking 200-foot hill, bro, you know, in the snow. I went, no, dude, on a sled. He's like, that's gay. Why would I care about, like, you know, like, he's like, if you want to do it on a skateboard and get fucked up, we can do that, you know?
He was so excited for a second.
So excited, bro. And then another time, this dude, Head, who's like so Head is interesting. This guy, Head, his name is Paul Hanna, and they call him, Hannah something. Hannah Groy is his name, but they call him Head. First time I ever went to Castle Bam, I walk out on the deck and I hear an old man go, Vinny Beedle. It was like the first time I ever got recognized, you know. It was just like the first day I was ever at the castle. I walk out. He's like, hey, man, I've been watching you on Instagram all day, blah, 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 you know. And I realized he was a big fan, but he's like in his late 40s. And he goes, yeah, I used to cater on Viva La Bam. I worked here all the time as a caterer when they did the show, right? So this is how Bam is. This is why I love the dude. So Bam, like, he sees him and he's telling the story, and Bam's like, yeah. Everybody walks away, and Bam looks at me. He goes, yo. He goes, you want to know why I like Head? He goes, why? I said, why? He goes, because he's pathetic and he'll say anything to just hang out with us. And I said, what do you mean by that? He goes, we never had catering for Viva La Bam. Like, that's what, you know, he's like, my mom used to cook, or we would just eat what was ever at my house. He's like, it was never that big of a production where we needed catering. Never once did we have catering for that show. He goes, and I knew that, but I didn't want to, like, press him, so I just let him, you know, go with that story. And that's what kind of guy he is.
He's been saying that for decades.
And he's friends with Paul. He's friends with Paul now. Like, Paul ended up getting in the group, you know what I mean? And that's, like, his little story of kind of getting in. But one day, Paul was trying to, they were trying to convince Paul to get on a skateboard, and he could barely even stand on it. And I'm not bullshitting you, man. When I was a kid, I hung out with skaters. One of my friends, this is a true story, got sponsored by Etnies when he was like 14, okay? So I didn't skate and do tricks, but I can skateboard down a road. Like, I can go with my friends to a grocery store on our skateboards. You know what I mean? And I got very good at that. And then I remember working at a car dealership in my teens, and I didn't have a license, but I helped run my uncle's used car dealership, and to go get lunch, I would take a skateboard to go do that. So, like, I don't want to consider myself a skater, but I know how to skate, right? So I'm fatter now, and everybody's taking bets on who could skate and who can't. And this kid, Dickie, that's a skater there, I just grabbed his board out of Paul's hand, and I just fucking started running with it and went for it. And I didn't impress anybody by any means, but I rode about like maybe 45, 50 feet without a problem, you know, up Bam's driveway, you know. And they were like, holy shit, Vinny can get on a skateboard. And then it started this thing where we all went to the bowl, and Bam was trying to get everybody to throw up tons of money to get me to drop in on his new bowl. And bro, I was scared. I was so scared. But
he probably was going to make you drop into like the giant side or something like
that. The giant side, bro. It's straight flat down. You know what I mean? Like, I was gonna get fucked up, dude. You know, like, no way. I've seen some gnarly skaters there. I don't use that word often. I know that's a skate word. Oh, that's the only word I can use to describe these guys. Because when I would I would go watch these kids skate. It would be like I was watching some of the best skaters in the world. You know?
Yeah, no, they definitely. Yeah, there's some animals
Whoever.
out
I
there.
mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot of their names and stuff. I know a lot of them, but a lot of these kids that were hanging out there around the time they would have these skate sessions, and when it would get hot and everybody was skating at once and everybody's taking turns with the music blasting and they're banging the boards and people pull a trick off and stuff, it felt like I actually sat down and smelled the roses. I was like, I may never see something like this again, you know? Not that you can't go to skate, but at Bam's Bowl, you know, right when it was built, with all those kids who helped build it, that's the truth. They were all helping build it. The FDR crew really is who I was watching skate. And Carlos, who is like one of the head guys at FDR, I used to play poker with him at midnight every night at Bam's house. Me, Bam's manager, Carlos, and some skaters, but a bunch of fans and anybody we could wrangle to come through the woods and play cards with us. We would play poker from midnight to like 5 a.m. And this guy Carlos he was a fucking cool guy, man. He was an older dude. He built like skate ramps and shit like that, and he was just an awesome guy, you know. And I just remember fucking like loving those guys. And there was another time that a friend of mine pissed me off, was drunk there, and long story short, he was a producer of mine in New Jersey, and we had a show in New Jersey, and he like dropped the ball on it, just getting drunk at Bam's all week, like just partying, you know. And like I'm like, hey man, how many people we got coming tonight? And the kid's like, nobody. And I'm like, I start screaming at him, he's drunk. And I just remember at that point I had built such a loyalty with the skaters from being like, they tease me, but like I wouldn't let them get too far teasing me, you know. And they were like, hell yeah, Vinny. I just remember I'm screaming at them, and it's dark, and they're near a bonfire. And like 6 or 7 of them come up to me, and they're like, yo, man, you want us to fucking kick his ass? We'll kick his ass right now. And then I was like, holy shit, man. Like, this is fucking real. Like, they're nuts, you know? And that was my first, like, crazy moment in the skating world.
We'll kill
really.
for you, Vinny.
At that time, yeah. And they turned on me just as fast afterwards, too. Like, that's the crazy shit, man. That's the crazy shit. I think a lot of people now, if I re-seen a lot of those people, would respect me for lasting as long around this scene as I have, just as far as like an entertainer and not getting like shut out of it completely or having any real problems with anybody, you know?
You know, the violence has continued. Mike Tyson punched a guy in his face.
I did see that.
And I don't know if you know who that guy Red Bar is, but Joey Diaz and a bunch of other comedians are threatening to beat up Red Bar.
No way.
And yeah, man, and everyone's going crazy. Everyone's trying to fight each other now.
Everybody's
IRL.
pressing people. Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's pressing people. Just like the IP2 guys.
Imagine Red Bar's Blade and Joey Diaz comes. He's like, bro, why pressing me, bro? Why pressing me? He's just all drunk like Blade is. But so Red Bar, I do know. I'll be honest. You guys talk, you know, your stuff about him. I've heard him a few times. I kind of liked what I was hearing, but I could see why he annoys people, especially comedians. What happened with that situation?
He loves doing these karaoke songs, and he made a parody song about killing this comedian's kids, and he had pictures of them up on screen, was singing, playing like a ukulele, and pretty much just trying to be as edgelord as he could. Right. And the comedian that he threatened, or whose kids he sung about, didn't take too kindly to that and hired a private investigator and figured out where Red Bar lived and went to his house and stood outside his house for 14 hours. And then Joey Diaz went and did a podcast talking about it, saying that
the comedian, I think I seen that video. I forgot the comedian's name, but I think I seen that video, man. He had enough.
Sam Tripoli,
there you go. And he said he was going to fuck him up.
Yeah, and then Joey Diaz said that some goons were going to break Red Bar's legs with a bat. So I was like, I don't know if that's what you want to say.
Joey's just probably in character, yeah. You know, yeah. I mean, how many people are doing that for Joey Diaz these days? You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, but
it's just hard for guys like Joey. Joey falls under the category of like an old gangster type, and it's hard for us to come out of that world sometimes.
I don't think anything's really going to come of it, but it's just, you know, that mixed with the Will Smith thing, and everyone's just, you know, Brendan Schwab wants to beat up Saiyans Entertainment.
Has he come back on with apologies?
He has. He came back on the episode after you and him met each other, and he got yelled at by his old buddy Cosmic Cam. So
Was he
you know,
super drunk?
he still has
He
zero
reminds
friends.
me
Oh
of
yeah,
Blade.
he was
He reminds
wasted.
me of Blade. Yeah, exactly. He
We
could
want
stream with
him.
those guys.
We want him on the RV, but he's too drunk to even make that happen. Like he couldn't even make it out the house.
Oh my god. I couldn't believe this kid's face and what he looks like. He did not he reminds me more of a high pitch Eric. Oh, I do have an update by the way. I got messaged by high pitch Eric from the Howard Stern show on Instagram. And it was because they thought that I can get him bam on a podcast or whatever. People do that sometimes. But high pitch Eric's got a manager, and the guy who called me, I had his number saved to my phone. I was like, what the fuck? I pick up the phone, and it was the Bagel Boss's manager. You remember Bagel Boss?
Yeah.
Bagel Boss had a freaking stroke, and he's like a vegetable now.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Damn. R.I.P. Bagel Boss. I had no idea.
Well, supposedly he's still alive, man. Supposedly he's still alive and just a veggie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, R.I.P. incoming, I guess.
Exactly. I guess, right?
That's
damn,
fucking,
dude.
I had no idea he was sick.
I'm losing clients left
up.
and right, bro.
Yeah,
I'm losing
I know,
clients
between
left and
him,
right, bro.
Fucking
Jimmy, no legs. Yep.
Yeah, Uncle Jimmy.
Artie's without fucking reach. Bam's not in reach. I got nothing.
Andy Dick's gonna have to start answering that phone.
Exactly, bro. Bad, dude. Yo, Andy Dick in an RV, like, with people that can handle themselves on a comedy tour would probably make more money than him groping some kid.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's still probably gonna grope the comedians.
Yeah, but at least if they like, they're not gonna be making out with him on stream and leading him on like that though. And I don't know if Andy's just gonna do that to just anybody.
Right.
Although we don't know.
I wonder who would be willing. Like, would any somewhat high-profile comedians be willing to get in an RV with Andy Dick?
Or who else can I like? I remember saying to you a few weeks ago, I don't think there's anybody left in that realm. Who else is in that realm? Like, can I get Andy Milonakis for a comedy tour somehow?
At least Andy Milonakis, you could have a rational conversation with.
Yeah, he's not gonna get drunk and feel my balls up, you know.
Yeah, you have to like trick Andy Dick to come do the comedy show. Like you have to manipulate him into being there.
I don't know, Lane. You know what it is? This podcast has been all about me talking about these scams, and I just got to start pulling them off, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's time to start a new era of scams. I'm trying to.
Yeah, maybe episode 10 now is going to be from 11 on. Is going to be about action. You know, stop talking about shit. It's going to be about that action.
I'm trying to get one of the IP2 guys to blow up in the whole Brendan Schwab feud right now. I made a video about, like I said, that UFC fighter felony Charles Bennett.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Brendan Schwab, yeah, and that dude's hilarious. So see if I can get him a little bit of clout. He might need a manager. He's a fucking good MMA fighter. So you know, if you can try to get him some merch or something like that, you might need some Vinny Beedle management.
I definitely would have to take my time with it and put something legit together for him. The thing about managing people that could definitely beat the shit out of you is that you just don't want to do that.
That's a good point.
You know, like at least when Bam would get mad, I'd be like, all right, look, like this is scary right now because he's got rings on his hands, but I could take this fucking guy, you know?
I can outrun him.
I could outrun Artie Lang, yeah. Artie was kind of a teddy bear type dude. He wasn't like an angry guy.
And then you could just abuse Uncle Jim.
One guy I called Faison Love once, who played Big Worm in the Friday movie. And I called him once to book him at a comedy show, and they wanted $10,000. And they wanted $5,000 right then. And I told him I'd give him a call back tomorrow. I tried to get the money. I didn't get a call back, and bro, I was getting like threatening text messages from this guy. He's like, who you think you're fucking with? You know, I'll fuck you up and this and that. And
all because you called and just asked the price and didn't
ask the price and then said, you know, we'll definitely do the show. Got the flyer made real fast, and I was like, I'll get the money together. And after like a day or two, I couldn't get the money together. I was like, damn, $5,000 up front's just way too much, and I just gave up hope on it. You know, like I was excited that he had answered me and all this stuff.
And then yeah, he wanted to fucking kill me, bro. Wanted to kill me. And he's like, one day I'll fucking find you.
But that just goes to show you how often those types of people whose prices are that high, they don't really get shows or offers that often. If Vinny Beedle's offering you your standard price for a show and you want to kill him because he decided he can't do it, you know what I mean?
Right. Like people like him though, like he's playing Big Worm in real life for real, and I'm a fan of his even to this day. And he's done a lot of movies where he plays like that Uncle Tom type black dude. But at the same time, like with Faison Love, it wasn't just him; it was the opening act comic that he had that was also running his mouth to me. But I didn't sell no tickets to that shit, so I didn't fucking. It's not like I had sold 100 tickets and wasn't paying him, so I just felt like I didn't know him anything. But guys like him feel like you owe him once you make that agreement. But a lot of people get surprised with the kind of people I had on the hook for shows. There was one time I shot Andrew Dice Clay a text message because I had heard of a new casino in Atlantic City opening that was looking for a big act, and he plays AC all the time, but he plays a different casino. So if I had convinced him to work that casino for me, I could have also got him to my comedy club in Connecticut at a smaller venue. And I ended up messaging him one day on Instagram, and he gave me a call. We talked on the phone for like 2 hours, bro. Me and Dice just chopping it up for 2 hours, bullshitting. And then at the end of the call, we agreed to do the gigs. It was $100,000 to do a big 5,000 seater in Atlantic City, and then come and do a weekend in Connecticut. And he needed me to get on a plane the next day to Florida with like $20,000 in cash. He lives in Florida now. Shit, I live here. But at the time, I was like, fuck, man. At the same time, I wanted to work with the guy. It was just like, with celebrities like that, I'm not giving nobody that much money up front. You know, when you never, nothing's guaranteed.
The casino be paying them
yeah,
money at
but
that point?
Yeah, and I could have probably made that happen. It just was, with him, he wanted cash, the next day. And that was what made the deal tough.
What is he, a mobster?
That's how, dude, believe me. How he even agreed to talk to me was because when I was in my early 20s, he did a comedy club in my home city of New Haven. And this guy who was mobbed up owned the club, and he's the one who brought him in there. And they also had a biker gang acting as his security that night, and he'll never forget. He's like, oh, the gig that I had the biker gang with me, and that's the one he remembers. I was there, Well, I wasn't at his gig, but I was at the club around that time, and I knew the owner real well, and I'm able to relate with him that way. And I worked with Artie, and Dice is a big Artie guy, believe it or not. They have a lot of history together. But, yeah, I had that conversation with him, and I was like, oh, at that point, I believed I could talk to anybody and have anybody do a gig.
Well, you basically can if you can get Dice.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, fuck it. When I went to Adam Sandler's movie premiere, all these celebrities around, and I'm just like so overzealous. I want to take pictures and talk to everybody, and I'll just never forget Rob Schneider. His whole thing, he was alone there, and he had like one person with him, I think, but he was alone for most of the time. And all the celebrities and shit, dude, like nobody was hanging out with this guy, bro. He was in a complete other room, like by himself, sitting down. And at one point, me and my wife went up to him, and my wife is Spanish. She's very, very pretty. And I remember him seeing her, and he has a Spanish wife, and I think he like thought that they knew each other already. Because he's like, hey, how are you? And my wife is so good. She just plays into it. And she's like, I'm so great. How is Patricia doing? And Jessica watches his reality show on Netflix. Like she knows his wife's name and shit. How are the kids? All this stuff. And he's like, oh, they're so amazing. I'm so glad to see you. Like he actually thought he knew my wife. And she goes, this is my husband, Vinny. He's a comedian. And I start making him laugh. And then I knew from his reality show that like the whole thing is based on him having a shitty assistant. And I'm like, yo, man, you really need a new assistant, dude. And he gave me this look, Lane, like I could have the job if I wanted it. And it wasn't even just a look. He gave me that look. How
prestigious is being Rob Schneider's assistant, though?
But at that point, before I met Bam or Artie or anything, I mean, think about it. I just was managing a heroin addict with no fucking legs. It was a huge upgrade. It would have been a huge upgrade.
True.
And I was just like, then I looked at Jessica, I was like, fuck this job. Like, I'm not going to take that. But I told her, I was like, I could have it if I wanted it, So, like, it just, and, to me, it just felt like Hollywood it is in your reach if you just put your arm out there and reach for it. But it's never what you think it is, man. That's the thing. It's never what you think it is.
Well, I don't think Hollywood's really all that glamorous anyways. I mean, let's be honest. If you're going around doing all these types of podcasts and hanging out with Bam Margera and stuff like that, the chances of you being in like a Marvel movie are pretty much zero. You know what I mean? Or like something like super high end Hollywood. So it's like all these people like Rob Schneider, for him, the biggest thing he could do is like go do Bobby Lee or Joe Rogan's podcast. Like that's bigger than any TV show he's gonna do.
Absolutely.
So in a way, you know, just by being in the same realm as them, you're almost on their level already.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. Even being in the same room.
Because I mean, is Nick Mullen more popular than Rob Schneider right now? He definitely has more people, I think, listening to his podcast.
Yeah, right. Or at least more people that are woke, like a different generation of people, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, more people know who Rob Schneider are, but are they looking up what Rob Schneider's doing, like, on a regular basis? Probably not.
Right.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know either. I just like telling the stories because I'm self-centered, and if I have, like, celebrity...
Yeah. I'm not saying don't be in an Adam Sandler movie if the opportunity comes up.
Right, you're just saying that, like, for someone like him, that's the best he can hope for.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, yeah, they're not gonna put. I don't think they're gonna put Rob Schneider in like the next Lord of the Rings movie. They're definitely not gonna put you in the Lord of the Rings movie, Vinny. You know, after you've been scumbag Vinny, I think that ship's sailed. You might be like a side character in a rom com.
No, I could see that.
You could be like the comic relief character in like a horror movie.
I don't know. I actually think maybe the best thing I can hope for is being in like Bam's Netflix shit that he comes out with. You know what I mean?
Just getting kicked in the balls, same gag 100 times.
Yeah, 100%. Oh man.
Well, Vinny, I think you gotta get out and start doing some comedy again for the love of it.
I do. I think I'm turning into a worse version of Ian Ellis. You know,
right? You're taking inspiration from the wrong people. You can't let yourself fall down that trap.
Fuck that. I mean, dude, that's what I'm saying. The worst case, I could be Blade. You know, like if it all falls apart, at least he's doing more than me, right?
Blade. You gotta be careful,
dude. There was a funny clip where this new streamer was sitting in there all excited. He like finally got the stream with Blade, and he's sitting in the RV, and he's like, yo, dude. He's like, I gotta send you the exact clip. He's like, yo, dude, man. He's like, I think I'm gonna be the greatest streamer of all time. And Blade was so drunk, he got so mad. He's like, you're gonna be the greatest streamer of all time. You're gonna be the greatest streamer of all time. He's like, dude, just go ahead then. Be the greatest streamer, bro. Go ahead. Be the greatest streamer. You wanna be the greatest streamer? I'll fucking press you right now. You know, and he gets up to like push him around and shit. And they ask the kid to leave. They tell him he's got to leave. He doesn't leave. He never leaves the RV. Later, and they're like abusing him the whole time. Later in the night, he gets so drunk, this new streamer. And he stands up, and Blade is ready to pass out because he's so drunk. You know, this kid's gotten to the point of fighting. And he's like, you want to see what I'm going to be the greatest streamer? And he starts like slapping Blade and all this shit, you know?
What's the silly thing to fight about?
Being the greatest streamer of all time.
It's like some wrestling shit. That's pretty much what it is. It's like reality show.
Yeah, they got to build heat, right? They got to build that heat. You know, throughout the day, these two crackheads been arguing in the RV, and then isn't going to come to blows. You know what I mean? That's content for them. But I just feel like they could be doing so much more. I just think the easy way out for the people that are owning these RVs and running this shit is like, let's just buy them alcohol. Let's sit them in a parking lot somewhere. All the RVs are within like fucking walking distance of each other, and we'll see what happens. It's like a little. But what they should do is move them to a place like Florida, where at least if they're in the RVs, they could have their own trailer park in the middle of nowhere, bro.
Wow, a stream trailer park. Now that's
a trailer park, bro, where every house is streaming live. Everybody gets to live there for free.
That's actually horrifying. That's too
everybody
good of an
gets to live there for free. It's so good.
We gotta buy a
so good,
park, Vinny.
Dude, it's not hard, bro. If I hit it big, that'd be such a like. That's the kind of fun project I'd get into if I had like Adam Sandler money.
Just like a trailer park, but it's right by like the strip in Miami. And they could just get into all sorts of terrible fucking shenanigans.
Absolutely.
Damn, the
Crazy.
IP2 trailer park. I think we might have to I don't know if we want to let that idea out. They might steal it. It's too good of an idea.
All right, Lane. Well, I think that's a good episode 10 there, my man. We got to get back.
We got some new stories.
Got some new stories. We got some stuff to build off. We're going to have a lot. I hope we have a 0.5 this week to make up for last week not having an episode, because after tomorrow, I feel like we're going to have a lot to talk about. I'm going on the show early in the morning too, so I'll let you know what happens with it. We're recording it at like 9 in the morning.
Yeah, definitely let me know how that goes. When it goes live, I'll definitely listen to it and maybe even make a clip on the channel or something.
I appreciate you, Lane, everything that you've done. Scamming with Vinny has made it to 10 episodes. Everybody listening, thank you guys so much for joining us. And definitely subscribe to the channel, like, comment, follow me on Instagram. I'm banned on TikTok, guys. I am forever gone. My legacy has been erased, but before it was, just always remember, hashtag ScumbagVinny at one point hit 10 million views. So rest in peace.
And follow Vinny Beedle on TikTok.
Vinny Beedle, guys. We're going back to Vinny Beedle now. Scumbag Vinny's just too real for this world, but you'll always remember me for who I am. Thank you, guys, and peace.